ये किसकी तस्वीर है?
ये मम्मी डैडी जी।
तो बेडरूम में किसकी है?
वो भी मम्मी डैडी जी।
वो तो कितना है?
What's up, loved ones? My name is Avirath, and this is Slasher Tapes. Dibakar Banerjee's Oye Lucky Oye came out in 2008. The protagonist Lucky is based on the infamous Bunty Chor. The media outlets covered Bunty Chor's robberies in its heyday.
मगर बंटी पुलिस की आंखों के सामने से गायब हो गया। बंटी आखिर कहां गया?
And the movie itself is made like an episode of a crime TV report.
मिलवाते हैं आपको एक ऐसे शातिर धुरंधर और हैरत अंगेज क्रिमिनल से।
The character Lucky is an archetype of a trickster, someone who crosses boundaries, breaks rules, and is an agent of mischief.
वो गाड़ी उसने शाहरुख के बंगले से चुराई थी।
The trickster seeks to entertain himself even at the expense of others.
फिर वापस आकर वहीं रखाया।
वापस क्यों?
बस मस्ती।
Carl Jung describes a trickster as a curious combination of typical trickster motifs: his fondness for sly jokes and malicious pranks, his powers as a shapeshifter, his dual nature, half animal, half divine, his exposure to all kinds of tortures, and last but not least, his approximation to the figure of a savior.
कैसे भाई?
Louis Hyde, a cultural critic and an essayist, comments on the trickster archetype as, "All tricksters are on the road. They are the lords of in-between. They are the spirit of the road at dusk." In the opening scene, Lucky is introduced as a celebrity. He sits in front of a window as if he's under a spotlight. The fact that Lucky is considered a celebrity
ये from film line?
is something we are repeatedly reminded of in the film.
पहचानो यही वो फेमस आदमी है।
Until the very end.
टीवी पे आता हूँ।
जी।
Soon, we see a dog that Lucky stole running away, and the police are trying to catch it. This sequence foreshadows what is to come, except that the dog will be Lucky.
Man is dog जी।
And the police will be chasing him. When asked how to catch the dog, Lucky says,
प्यार से बुलाओ सर जी आ जाएगा।
and this emotion is recalled in the movie with the song Chahiye Thoda Pyar. Later in the film, Gogi Bhai also calls Lucky his dog. And as Babul Awasthi kills his dog when it is of no use to him, Dr. Handa also discards Lucky after he's got what he needed from him. Paresh Rawal appears in 3 roles as Lucky's father, Gogi Bhai, and Dr. Handa, each time representing a father figure to Lucky. Dibakar Banerjee uses this repetition of an actor to instill the face of a corrupt, powerful persona to his audience, the face of Paresh Rawal. Though sharing their teenage years, Lucky and Bengali, we see a stark contrast between them. Lucky works with the authority, but Bengali works for the authority. Lucky, infatuated with high society,
One screwdriver, please.
mimics it.
एक screwdriver please.
And Bengali, being a sycophant,
सियाना कुत्ता ना बेटे गूं खाता।
takes on the same phrases as his bosses.
ज़्यादा ना सियाना ना बन। सियाना कुत्ता ना गूं खाता गूं।
There are 5 times in the movie where Lucky is in a restaurant, 8 if you also include bars. From being humiliated by the waiter to ordering a lot for the table to unofficially having his own restaurant, we see him climbing up the social ladder. Lucky is in a constant struggle to get status in society, for which he misbehaves and rebels against authority. His frustration towards these villainous father figures is beautifully captured in this dialogue.
आप वैसे भी बच्चों से पहले मरते होंगे भाई।
The film visually answers the questions raised by the characters. When asked by his friend how would Lucky woo the girl a couple goes by on a bike, or when Dr. Handa explains how to tame a pet dog. Time slows down as the shots go slow motion when Lucky observes high society, suggesting its impact on Lucky and how enamored he is with it. The only other time it happens is when Sonal falls in love with Lucky. Young Lucky's clothes are oversized, suggesting maybe those are of his father's. Also, as he puts in a request to his father for a red bike, there's a poster of a red bike pasted on the wall. The use of photographs to show moments is another great technique to advance the story. Now let's look at this scene where Bengali senses something is fishy when Lucky asks him to get out of the car.
बाहर निकल, बात करनी है.
लकी अंदर भी तो बात कर
बाहर
सकती है।
निकल.
In their very next interaction, Bengali says the same dialogue to Lucky, and Lucky gets a sense that something is fishy.
लकी जरा बाहर आइयो भाई. एक मिनट बाहर आना, बात करनी है तुझसे.
The usage of the same dialogue
लो पकड़ो 100 रुपए, बना लेना ताजमहल एक कूलर के पैसे का.
ये ले पकड़ 10 रुपए.
फालतू का.
लाल किला बना लियो अपना.
बना लूंगा.
the same actor or the same situation and even the same lie
वो अपना इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट.
इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट है.
help to establish values, reinstate the theme, and bring forth the motives of the characters.
ये स्कूटर किसका है?
The repetition of dialogue creates verbal motifs
गाड़ी किसकी है ये?
that almost become the character's catchphrase, like Lucky's,
क्यों दे नहीं सकता?
क्यों नहीं खोल सकता? क्यों नहीं आ सकता?
or the news reporters.
सनसनीखेज सिलसिला जारी. जिसके सनसनीखेज कट कट. यार ये सनसनीखेज मैं कितनी बार बोलूंगा यार. घर में बीवी पूछती है खाना कैसा बना तो मुंह से निकलता है सनसनीखेज.
ओए लकी, लकी ओए.
Even the title of the movie is a repetition. The set designs capture consumerism perfectly. It goes on to show that how it is not just Lucky, but rather the general public who wants more and more stuff. In this deleted scene, the gang brings a TV as a gift and there's no place to keep it, but Sippa doesn't mind stalking it, rather playfully suggests,
सर पे रखो मेरे सर पे.
तू भी ना यार.
Capitalism has its downsides, one being constant advertisements all around us, and the consumers feeling an urge to buy anything or everything they can. Dibakar Banerjee states the ill effects of capitalism in this interview.
क्योंकि पूंजीवाद का जो असली जो उनका ध्येय है वो ये है कि आप बेचो और आप जितना ज़्यादा हो सके उतना बेचो. उसका मतलब क्या कि लोगों को सोचने का मौका मत दो, बेचते चलो. तो ये जो ना सोचने का एक माहौल है ये पूंजीवाद के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि जब भी हम सोचेंगे, थोड़ा सोचने का टाइम मिलेगा, तो हम बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें जिनको हमको ज़रूरत नहीं है वो हम नहीं खरीदेंगे. लेकिन पूंजीवाद का असल मतलब यही होता है कि आपकी ज़रूरत हो या ना हो आप उसको खरीदो.
क्या चाहिए?
The sound design appoints merry nostalgic music for soft moments and high-pitched menacing music for betrayal. Repetition in art creates a pattern and lends it a sense of flow. It puts emphasis on certain elements and brings unity to the art. As in the film, we see Lucky gets a father figure, he gets betrayed, he steals, he gets caught, and he escapes. And this happens 3 times in the film, almost exactly in that order. With repetition, the audience is in a position to take a guess on how things will end. And it is how they have always ended.
कहाँ गया वो? साहब आप इधर गए, वो उतर गया, वो पैसे देके. अरे बॉस बुलाओ. अरे जल्दी करो यार.